Hey everybody, it's Phil Struzula from Select Software Reviews, and today we're talking about HRTech ROI and some of the broad frameworks and ways to think about the return on investment from your HR or work tech tools, and specifically putting it into terms that your CFO would appreciate, which I think is the most important thing, really digging into the metrics from a given initiative, translating them into dollars and cents, projecting them, and then 6 months later, going back and seeing, were we right, were we wrong, why, what did we learn? Okay, so I kind of think about this into two big buckets. One is on the recruiting side. So on the recruiting side, you've got two major metrics here that really drive most of the return on investment from a given initiative. The first is time to fill. Basically, if we can get somebody into their seat faster, they're going to start adding value to the organization faster, and therefore there's a ROI. The other is cost per hire. We're spending X on recruiter fees, all this stuff that we spend on talent acquisition. How do we decrease that? How do we find the right people faster, better? Some of the tech that comes into this, initiatives that would touch these two metrics, applicant tracking system, switching from something super legacy, bad candidate experience, to something that's better analytics, sourcing technology, either to augment what your current recruiters and sources are doing right now, or outsourcing it altogether to somebody that's just much more efficient in terms of sourcing. And the last one here is recruitment marketing. So understanding the best sources, decreasing your time to fill and your cost per hire by having the right career website, the right branding, and then being really smart about your paid acquisition of candidates on different publishers out there on the internet. Okay, second big bucket is around retention and performance. Basically, the employee life cycle, you get hired, you become an employee. How do we make the most of you? How do we make sure that you are happy, that you're productive, that you stay for a really long time? All of these have massive impacts and implications for your P&L and the stuff the CFO cares about. Some of the HR tech that kind of touches this stuff, employee engagement. So somebody comes in, how do we make a great culture? How do we make sure that they're getting out of this job what they want to get out of it, what they need to get out of it, their career progression, etc. Make sure that they are engaged and performing well. Performance management, how does that person's individual contributions relate to the overall performance of the company? All this OKR stuff that came out of Silicon Valley a decade or so ago that's now sort of permeating the rest of our organizational management. And then the last one is assessment technology. And I put this over here, even though it's more of a hiring thing. So this is really when somebody's going through that hiring process and assessing whether or not they're a good fit. The reason I put it over in retention and performance is that it's really not about so much decreasing time to fill or cost per hire. It's about getting the right people into your organization. And realistically, if you're kind of thinking about this as a holistic strategy, you really want all of this stuff to work together to get the right people engaging with your recruitment marketing, applying, getting sourced, and then eventually coming on, becoming engaged, helping you build your culture, helping you get more people in the door who are awesome as well. Phil Struzula, Select Software Reviews, a little bit about HR tech and how it can provide an ROI to your business.